Hello everyone. So in today's class we are going to focus on next type of model that are semantic data models. Okay. So in semantic data models we basically focus on logical structure of the data. So it is just like showing an entity relationship diagram. So in semantic data models, we take everything as an entity and then we find out its attributes. Okay, we find out the methods and we also try to find out the relationship between the different entities. So each of the class is considered as an entity here, right? And these type of models are used in the database design. Okay, or you can say that the detailed level of designing which are also a part of relational databases. Okay, so here no specific notation is provided in UML, but objects and associations can be used. It means for semantic data models you have to basically focus on objects and association diagrams. Okay, objects you already know, right? So we have to focus on object oriented design and association. So object oriented design is all about describing entity. Okay, you have to put an entity into box showing its attributes and methods. Similarly, association is nothing but what you have to show the cardinality, right? So these four factors you have to show in the semantic data model. Fine. Okay, so I will directly go to an example of library semantic model here. So in library semantic model you can see that these are the entities: article, order, copyright agency, country, source and buyer. These are the five different entities and these are the attributes of the entity. Okay, now 1 is to n is to 1, 1 is to 1, m is to n, 1 in 1, 1 in 1. What are these? These are the association. This is also called as cardinality. So in semantic data model, you take everything as entity, you draw it as entity and you show the attributes of this entity and you show the association. Alright guys, okay. See, one article can be delivered, one article can be ordered n times, okay. Yeah, are you getting that? Hmm? N number of orders can be placed for one article. Okay, one article can be placed for n orders, right? So it is like that, right? Next, after this, one copyright, okay, can be occupied by one country. One country may have one copyright agency, right? So multiple sources of articles are there. Articles can have n number or multiple sources. Okay, so after copyright, the copyright agency has to pay the source and one source is given to that particular copyright agency, right? So buyer can place n number of orders. Okay, those orders belongs to that specific buyer. So in this way you can just put it down into association as per your knowledge. Okay, so in semantic data models we show entities and we show attributes. Okay, and then we also show something called as association. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing, semantic data models also represents the data dictionaries. So what are data dictionaries? We have to draw here data dictionaries. In that data dictionaries it will show you entities, relationships also and attributes also. So these are the three main factors which it will show in data dictionary. So this is the second concept which you have to explain when it comes to semantic data model. So what are advantages of this? It will help us to identify the entities, attributes and relationships. So this is the diagram of data dictionary. So in data dictionary you can see that there is an article which is an entity, authors which are the attributes, buyer is an entity, fee payable to is a relationship and address it is nothing but an attribute. So fee payable to, if you see in this diagram guys, huh? Okay, so this is a diagram here you can see. Yeah, so this is a diagram for library semantic model and fee payable to. What is this? This is a relationship. It means in between both of these, okay, so we will have a relationship. Okay, so that we cannot show like this because it is a semantic data model. You have to show relationships in ER diagram. Okay, so copyright agency fees is payable to source. So this is the relationship between copyright and source. Are you getting that? Okay, similarly published. Published, it is a relationship between article and source. Okay. Similarly, delivers. So delivers, it is a relationship between article and order. Are you getting that? Okay. Similarly, one more see, one more relationship is there. So that is a places. Okay, places is a relationship between what, the order and buyer. Okay, buyer places the order. So one buyer can place n number of orders. So n number of orders can be placed by a buyer. So these are nothing but what, the relationships. Okay. So in data dictionaries are used to show how many entities are there in your project and how many attributes are there in your project. Is it clear, guys? All right. Okay. So that is all about your semantic data models. Okay, so under data models, first thing we have is semantic data models. Okay, second which we have is object models. Okay, so there are two types of categories under this data models. Actually one more is there, that is data flow diagram. Okay, so the second category which we see is object models. So already you guys are very familiar with the object models. Object models are nothing but the class diagrams. Okay, so when it comes to class diagram, we saw something called as inheritance. Okay, so we saw something called as aggregation. Inheritance is nothing but generalization. We saw aggregation. There we added a rhombus to show how many instances of an object participate in relationship, and interaction diagrams which are sequence and collaboration and state diagrams. Okay, these all put together comes under the object oriented design. So they are also called as what? Object model. Okay. So already you know that in inheritance model what you have to do, you have to go for generalization. Okay, you can go through the video of structural behavior. Interaction model, you can use sequence diagrams, state diagrams. Object models and UML diagrams are used to show the relationships, right? So they are used to show the relationships. So in this diagram, you can see one interaction diagram, or what you say, a class diagram, showing what, the association, and this is also a concept of generalization. Okay, so library is there, and from library you are deriving published and record class. So from published item class you are deriving book and magazine. Same way you are deriving film and computer from recorded items. So these two classes will have these features. These two classes will have features of published item plus library item. These two classes will have features of recorded item plus library item. Okay, so this is an example which will show you a library class hierarchy. So it will show you a class hierarchy, in the sense it will show you a generalization. Okay, uh, of, so this is the generalization of, or you can say, library class or class diagram of a library, and this is a specifically library user class. All right, and this is a concept of multiple inheritance. Okay, so where you can see book is there and voice recording is there, and from these both classes talking book class is derived. So this way also you can draw the class diagram. All right, so this is the object aggregation. So in aggregation it is showing the rhombus. Okay, rhombus is nothing but the relationship. Okay, so rhombus is going to indicate the relationship. All right. Okay, so this is all, guys. Just go through assignment questions. These are very very important questions, and these are some practice exercises which you can do. Yeah, so which will definitely help you for your examination. All right. Yeah, so thank you. Okay, and do subscribe to my channel. Okay, and enjoy happy learning. Thank you.